time. Gorgeous weather though. Got a few more days. Yeah, like I covered, I think in the last video. Oh, we're zoomed in. Sorry about that. Extreme close up. Like I covered in the last video, this field is for the chopping block. Literally. So, one of the reasons you can see right now. Now that's the reason why I'm driving so slow, because all yo farmers out there, you'll know how easy it is to break a hub, or in the two-wheel drive world, snap a spindle. But in the front wheel assists, you have the top and bottom pins, the king pin and the I don't know what the base pin's called, maybe it's just called the base pin. Well, there you go. Yeah, you can break those castings right out. We used to have a big old blue loader tractor, big old Ford TW35. Still wish I had that tractor. Anyway, beauty big tractor. It was the old style with the dome cap, not the Super Q like the baling tractor or the one that's on the poop spreader. But just a big beast of a tractor. It had a very, very heavy duty Leon loader. I'm trying to think if it was self-leveling. It's been a few years since we had that. Because I was going to say it was the same Leon loader as what South Sask Farmer has on his big 46. But I think his is self-leveling. Anyway, so yeah, that's what happened one year when we were doing poop spreading, and the TW, the big T-dub, was loading the poop spreader and went to turn with a bucket load on, and I think it was the bottom. Yeah, the casting broke right out, and boom, down she went. And couldn't get a replacement for it. You'd have to go around all the breaker yards to try and find one, and at that point they couldn't find one. So they were going to have to rebuild, get a blacksmith's metal shop to rebuild that whole bottom end. So we traded the tractor off. Sadly, like I said, I wish I still had the tractor. So yeah, you take her easy on these fields, and yes, that's one of the reasons why we're going to be ripping up this field. And especially here, you see there, all the way over to there, is fieldable. So yeah, we would rip it up, put it in crop a couple of years, like oats and whatnot, and then put it into hay to join that field. Like I said, I think I covered that in the previous video. I'm not going to rehash that. Anyway, ladies are coming. I was kind of hoping I might get there ahead of them. Ooh, jeepers, that was a hard one. Anyway, so, isn't that pretty? Squirrel! I was hoping to get the bales in there, because when they kept coming around, they, oh, there's a calf with a limp. That's not so much a squirrel, that's not nice. Gonna have to get the old dart gun out. That one right there. Yeah, front leg, looks like front right. Yeah, there's quite a few cases of sore feet right now since we had this big downpour of rain. Yeah, we've got a lot of slush and mush. So there's a few to dart. What are you doing there, Ginny? Nothing? Better get these bales up here before these girls get all crazy. Well, as most of you will know by now, because this video has been filmed over a few different days, and a video was dropped to my YouTube account by the infamous and wonderful Mrs. Piper Doug. Thank you, darling. Well, now know it's my birthday. So yeah, November 2nd. Hey, Puddin' Pop. November 2nd is the Piper Doug's birthday, and yes, I am the big 5-0. Hey, Ghosty. So yeah, big 5-0. When did that happen? Crept up and kicked me in the bum. So, tell you one thing. You couldn't ask for a better day on your birthday. Especially on November the 2nd. It is currently about 14 or 15 degrees right now. There is ne'er a breeze. You could literally hold up a lit match out here. It is so calm. So yeah, got a bunch of washing done yesterday, as you'll have seen in the video. And hey Bowie, how are you doing, fuzzy lugs? Hey. So yeah, today I just got a couple of little odds and bobs to do, and then I'm taking the rest of the day off. I know, shock and amazements. Isn't that right, Bow Dog? Yeah. Love those big ears. Yeah. Hey you. Sorry about that. And then yeah, so doing the birthday thing, heading to the big town, go and have some supper with the fam jam. Sad that my boy won't be with us, but I think we're gonna video chat with him later. The Liam, because he's still out at Thunder Bay, living the dream. Ow, sorry. Using that big brain of his. So yeah, just thought I would film this because, like I said, a lot of people wouldn't get this who don't live the country life. Just how nice this is. Farming's not an easy life, but the rewards are immeasurable. There's Ike. Ike is immeasurable. So is how much Ike can eat. And yes, I said that. Especially Ike's hairstyle. She has an immeasurable hairstyle too. Isn't that right, Ike? Ike. So yeah, I best go get my chores done before the boss lady starts yelling at me. But yeah, just thought I'd take this opportunity to thank my best friend, my buddy, my wife there. This is Piper Doug. If you notice, she was wearing one of the only one-off Piper Doug t-shirts. It's just hers, Mrs. Piper Doug. On the back it says Gate Boss. But yeah, I'm going to be coming up with some ideas for new shirts for next year. So stay tuned for that. Okay, I'll let you get back to the video. We're almost done. We're on the home stretch. So that's what decomposing silage looks like. It's practically soil. Well, considering it was already breaking down on top of the silage, there's a good amount of acid in it. So yeah, it's spreading out. Really nice. So yeah, the pens and the corrals, they're all done. So yeah, just those two big piles of crud in the silage pit, or the bale yard, to clean up, and then it's wash day. Hopefully that's tomorrow. We got 3 more days of nice weather, and then winter is coming. Winter is coming! So yeah. Thought you could see how nicely that spreads. You can barely see it back there. Only all spread as nice and even as that. It's not bad anyway. Lovely sunny evening. Yeah, sunny evening. Welcome back. We are done. We are done. Poop spreading, silage, rotten silage spreading, and basically long decomposed soil spreading, which is what we were doing at the end there. Me, I say we were me. So yeah, now the lovely job. Cleaning the beaters. So yeah, they don't look that bad, eh? After 207 loads. That's how many loads. There might be one or two that I didn't count or double counted, but 207 is what the counter reads. And no, I cleaned the beaters off a couple of times already, and each time they're like this, because when they start to get like this they don't throw it as well, so I clean them off, and that way it's not as big of a job. Just got one of these, some sprayer's gloves. So yeah, this is the third time through 207 loads that I've cleaned these off. Now, there's some places that I've been or seen to that, wow, yeah, it's cold, you can hear the wind whistling. Winter is knocking on the old door. Anyway, so yeah, there's some places that you literally have to clean the beaters every day. I was at this for, what was it? I think it was 8 days total. So, not bad going, I think. Setting up a good regime of starting at 12 noon and shutting her down about 10 p.m. So yeah. Let's get on. Well, the tractor's getting there. Started on the poop spreader, but here's my little rant of the video. You all know my point of view on Chinesium. Gosh knows there's enough stuff around here that's made of that stuff, but there's one thing that's almost as bad as Chinesium, and you've all got something that's made of it, and you probably never heard of it before, and I'm about to rock your world. It's called Pakistanium. What's this? See, there's a brass thing inside here, and in Pakistan they're very renowned for making their brass fixtures. All the taps, faucets and things in your house, they're all made from Pakistanium. And then there's an elbow in here with a pin valve, and where it's what do you call that? It's not injection molded. It might be injection molded. Where the two molds come together, it's split. It's split in there. Now, that pressure washer stays in that shop whenever it gets cold. And it's not, like, you can see it hasn't been driven over by a tank or anything. But no. Just a slight little leak. So yep, if you have a water fixture that's leaking like a sieve, it's because it's made with Pakistanium. You honestly couldn't flip and make this up if I told you. So, been drilling these holes, and I don't even know if I filmed it, but I drilled the holes over there, trying to get it done before the ground freezes. Start on the second pad, go to the first hole, hit a stone, break the universal joint on the PTO drive in the gearbox to the post hole auger. That hole. So yeah, broke that universal. So went today, managed to find a place not too far away that had these small heavy duty universals. Great. Come back, start drilling. It's been very cold, it was -9 last night. So come back out once everything's rebuilt, try drilling. It's not working. The bits for this are just worn completely out. They're absolutely shagged. We bought them from a person who we thought was a friend. These things were absolutely beat to heck. The teeth on the bits were all messed up. The bits worn. So I put them in the workshop and I made up my own new teeth, new grippers for it, to try and get through some of the shale and through some of the stones, just to get this done. Seemed to be working fairly good. Going, wasn't pushing it too hard. So I went to the other ones and then I came back to these two holes where I was having the trouble. One hole left, the second one. There's the drill bit. Like I said, you can't make this shit up. I've had the most unbelievable luck for the last 2 days. Not even funny. I'm not even going to tell you all of it because you wouldn't believe me if I told you. Let's just put it this way. This is probably number 7 of pretty big breakdowns. This job ain't for the faint of heart, I tell you. But nobody's gonna come and fix it. No one's gonna come wipe your tears. Just gotta suck it up and get on, Buttercup. You can feel it. It's coming. So, I managed to get the last 2 of the big holes drilled. I'll maybe put a picture in here. So yeah, those are the little fixings that I told you that I was going to, just to get me by. Because I need to get new grippers, like the teeth and the point. Like the auger is decent, but for as much as I'm ever going to use it, I'm not going to buy a whole bunch of new augers. Now this one, for drilling the holes, put those are 4 to 5 inch 8-footers, which are these. So these are for walls and then they're for in between the posts and the shelter, just to give it a little bit more stability. Well, this thing was not going into the ground at all because the teeth were gone and the points were worn. So what do we do? Well, I did kind of sharpen up the teeth a little bit, but that really didn't achieve a whole lot. So it was kind of riding on this part, so I put on this. Now some of you might know what this is, and you get 10 points. This is the reason why I never throw anything out. So this is the point of a Morris Contour 2 drill, which would be, yeah, a big long piece of flat steel. And that's carbide. That's the reason. I could have done it with any steel, but I had this sitting and I thought, well, might as well use it. So yeah, just cut enough off to get a good grip of that. Welded both sides, stuck it in the ground, and boy, she bites now. So I've got a few more holes of these little skinny ones to get done before this impending doom comes, and then I'm hoping We'll get this fired up and knock these little posts in. I'm still sort of shoveling out all the loose dirt out of big holes because there was a lot of fall back in. And plus, it's hard to tell when this thing is straight up and down. So what I'm going to have to do is shape the sides of the holes. It's a square post going in a round hole. We all know how that goes. Anyway, so we go get these drilled and then maybe bring you back when we're hammering. It's our first real amount of white stuff. And yeah, poor cows. Down there where we were bale feeding. What are you two fighting about? Kind of out in the open, so I set these bales down here behind the dugout. I'm going to start moving them closer up to the farmyard so they can have shelter, because it is only, what do they say, -2 right now? But there's a 50km/h wind, as you can see here. So the wind chill factor is about -12, I think they said. But as you can tell, the dugout is still open. So we try and keep them on, I was going to say natural water, but that's kind of dumb. To have them drinking from stream water versus pipeline water, because, well, financially, and I think it's just better for them too. And holy bajolies, winter, she isn't here. Okay, so here's one of our projects that's going on, as well as those two shelters. Yes, I know. So this one kind of has to happen too. Because we have the 4 bulls, and they're sort of in 2 pairs. There's the 2 that work over here, and they're side by side, so they know each other. There's the 2 that work in the field. So the plan is to get double use out of this water trough. I'm going to put corral panel across here, and then split that pen, and then now this pen. And then having this wall will help protect this pen, which will have all the new babies in it. So, whew, I tell you, posts are going in nice, but they're going in just in time. And here's the other one. Not bad for an armchair. Close enough. So as you'll see, big holes. Yeah, don't pay attention to that one. I don't know if it was a rock there, but I didn't realize when I drilled the hole, and I could not get that post to stay straight. So I left the post in, re-drilled the hole to get it straight, knocked that in, and now I'll pull that one back out. And that way I can freeze that one in where it's at, because it's in the right position now. You can see that one wasn't. So yeah, put big posts for the shelter go here, but because that's 12 feet and those are 16 feet, that's too much pressure. And instead of having to put a whole bunch of 2x6s or 6x6 cross beams or whatever in between horizontals, just knock a post in, a lot cheaper. And then that way you can just put 2x6s on their flats against this. It'll be plenty strong, because that's what's in those ones. So, yeah. Post, post, post. Yeah, and it kind of bugs me. It didn't quite line up, and I didn't want to push the shelter any much further back from these steel posts. I drilled as close as I could, so I'll just have to make tabs. So yeah, post, 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 post. So yeah, there's 5 posts wide, 3 posts deep. So yeah, you need your reinforcements around the outside. You don't need anything in the middle. And same over here. They're basically a carbon copies. These ones, I still have to shovel these ones out, but even once it freezes up, if I put the postal logger back on, that stuff will come up out of there. Actually a lot nicer now when it freezes, because it kind of freeze dries. So, yeah, feel bad for the cows, man. They're out there, but we can't bring them into the corrals to shelter. Not ready. It's too soon. So yeah, gonna be a bit busy. The posts are close enough for my liking. Some of them are a bit wonky, but because they'll be inside a 6x6 outline, because we usually space these out for the cross pieces, they're just there as guides. Pardon my schnipples, it's nasty. So, that's what I've been up to. Couple of things, hither and thither. So, I will bid you adieu. It is supper time. I'm gonna jump in a hot shower or a hot bath or something, because I'm finnert, as we say in the old country. Finnert. And we'll see you in the next video. Oh yeah, by the way, this does not stay here. This was an old feed thing I tried building and it never did work out. So, I'll yank these posts out because I can reuse these ones. Just take all this down. And then, all the way down there. I was thinking of putting a feed rail there, but I can deal with that another time. Anyway, let's get on. Daddy bye everybody. So no, this isn't me hauling bales today. This was me hauling bales last night. And this is where the tractor got to. It died. Out in the middle of the field. And I did not film it, because there's some things even Piper Doug keeps to himself and doesn't put on the YouTubes. And that's one of Piper Doug's ATTs. Adult temper tantrums. Yes. Can't write it. So that's 1 week, 13 breakdowns. You can't write this stuff. Only saving grace right now, it's actually 0. And the wind is minimal. Saving grace, like I said. Because yesterday it was a howling gale. The day before was an absolute howling gale, and we've had snow off and on, off and on. So, fingers crossed, it's the same fuel problem. Fingers crossed. All out there in YouTube land, please pray for me, my sanity, and this tractor. That way, for the sake of both of us, to make it to the end of this day in one piece. Tractor's not fixed. So this is how I have to put bales out. Like I said, it's a hard life. Not for everybody. I tell you, as you'll have seen in the previous videos or picture, or I don't know, I've lost track, where I spent the whole afternoon, most of the day, feeding the cows one bale at a time with the bale processor. This is a huge shout out, and this is when you know, to know when you're whooped and ask for help and to ask the right people. And this is a huge shout out to Jody's Repair, Jody's Welding and Repair. And huge shout out to the, as I've talked about him before, He's working on my farm truck, the 7.3. Dennis, the mechanical magician, is watching this. You're the top dog there, Dennis, bud. So yeah, I pulled the banjo fitting off. There wasn't crap in there, which I kind of thought was probably going to happen because it died suddenly. So fuel blockage usually peters out. Cracked the injector lines. Couldn't get fuel to come up. So I was thinking, yeah, there's a little mechanical fuel pump on the side of the block there. I was thinking, yeah, it's probably gooned. So I was like, oh, well, crap, I'm going to be out of a loader tractor for days waiting for a new part to come in. So yeah, texted Dennis, the mechanical magician. There ain't much he hasn't worked on. And pleaded with him, and on his word, he made it out here before the end of the day. You know, pushed some stuff out of the way because he knew I need this big time. Plan is to have another loader tractor and another backup tractor, because relying on a tractor that's got almost 12,000 hours on it, that's not good business sense. So Dennis came out here. I'd told him I'd cracked the injector lines, I'd checked the lines and stuff. Take a look at the injection pump. There's a little power wire. It was loose. That's why you talk to professionals. He knew that. So he crimped the wire back onto the connector, fired right up. Well, had to bleed it at the filter bodies. But let's all listen. I'm so glad, because tomorrow's to be nice. After that, so yeah, get back to doing this stuff. So like I said, huge shout out if you're in the Westman area and you're looking for a good privately owned workshop. They're not affiliated, good rates, and they will do whatever they can to help you out. Jody's Repair, I think is the name of it. If I can think of it, I'll put the link down in the description. So yeah, big shout out. Dennis, the mechanical magician.